Okay, it could be that you've just got your OPZ and you're trying to figure out how to use the Photomatic track, which is track number 16. It's this one here, and this is the track you use to do your motion and your Photomatic. And the best way to do this, well, the only way really to do this, is to have the app up and running. So what we'll do is we'll boot the app, and we'll do a little bit of a scan. Actually, I'll turn this over and make sure the Bluetooth is on. Got a blue light there, that's good. Press scan on here. So not connected, click connecting, and now we are connected. In fact, on the OPZ, if you hold the screen button in at the back here and scroll, you can scroll on the iPad to the various parts you need. You can see that one there, Photomatic, let go, and we're now in Photomatic. The idea here is that we're going to use a bunch of photographs on the iPad, and we're going to sequence them from the OPZ using this track number 16. So to show you here, if I press here, it says roll 1. I'm going to click on 3 here, and you can see you've got this mouse, and it's a funny colour at the moment because on here, if you scroll these buttons, they change the colour. You can do a few special effects on the photos. I'm just going to try and have it fairly natural. And this is a little China mouse that I took a few photos of. And if you look, you can see, if I just press these buttons, you can see each one of these keyboard buttons, keyboard notes, is linked to a photograph on here. Which is great, isn't it? So basically, if I run this little sequence, you'll see that our friend the mouse moves around. All I did there was I had the mouse behind here, so just behind here, and took a photograph of it. So if you press down here, you'll see you've got up to 10 different camera rolls, and you have up to 24 photographs because there are 24 keyboard notes on here. But obviously you've only got 16 steps, so at the moment I've only been using a 1-bar pattern on this track. And of course you don't have to use all the steps. I've used all the steps for some of the patterns and a few for the others. So if I go to a blank roll here, 8 here, okay, so you can see it's completely blank. Now what I can do is if I just go to a different project so I don't mess this one up, because I've got this one all done. So here's just a pretty basic project there. So if I hold the screen button in, you'll see that the iPad has come up, tap keys to snap. So basically with our little China mouse, let's put him so he's a bit more visible. Oh, it's going to fall over. There you go. This is very rough and ready. So if I hold the screen button in, wait for the iPad to focus, the iPad camera is obviously what I'm using, and then if I press the lowest keyboard note, this F, that's actually stored that photograph to that button. So if I go to the F sharp, you see it's blank, there's nothing there. Back to the F. So let's do another one. Let's move our mouse a little bit. Hold the screen button in again, and you see the mouse has moved over. It's very crude. I've done this obviously a bit better earlier. Hold the F sharp in, and that's now stored that to that button. So I've got 2 photographs at the moment, one on the F and one on the F sharp. So let's just make a little sequence of those 2 photographs. Press the F and step 1, press the F sharp and step 5, a bit like a bass drum. Let's get rid of those. Press the F and step 9, press the F sharp and step 13. Now if I run the sequence, look at the iPad there, you see it's just flicking from one photograph to the other. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So that's the general idea. You can actually do it from the iPad itself. If you click the camera button, you can flip the camera so it's facing towards you or away from you. I think the camera facing away is better. If you press snap, it will take the photograph of whatever photograph you're on. If I scroll across here, you can see the numbers are changing. So if I took a snap now, it would be on number 1. Number 1 is this F. So you've got 1 to 24 as you work up there. So that's basically how it works. Pretty straightforward, but you definitely need the app. Let's go to the project I was working on earlier. So if I hold shift down on the OPZ and I press the black buttons down, you'll see that at the bottom of the iPad screen the different roles, camera roles showing. I'm in roll 3. This is the roll that I recorded the mouse in various positions, and on this pattern, if I show you, all 16 steps have been used, and I've used various photographs on those steps. So if I just run the pattern, see the mouse just rotates as I've taken those photographs. A very crude kind of stop go animation. Okay, let's show you another one I've done. Right, now on this one I've recorded 4 little photographs using a magnetic alphabet app. Quite basic but quite fun, and I'm going to use a different pattern here. If I go to pattern 2, now you'll see I've only got 4 steps, and if I run the pattern, you've got O, P, Z and an exclamation mark. OPZ I should say. So it's in time. It's slightly behind if I'm honest, but it's still pretty good, isn't it? Unfortunately I can't find a way of locking that camera roll to that pattern, but I'll show you how you can do it manually. Let's try another pattern. Let's go for this one. Again, there's 4 steps. Let's try a different camera roll. Let's do 5, and you'll see a different, just a 4 beats the bar. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 using my alphabet app thing. And I got a bit more adventurous as I went along here. I've done a little animation with some Duplo figures. It just walks backwards and forwards. It's very basic, isn't it? It's not exactly Pixar, is it? But it's it's fun. It's a laugh. So he just walks backwards and forwards. And I've got another one to show you where we have a boy and a girl in a bit of a relationship here. Keeps me amused, as you can see. Also, you can do special effects. If I just run this, so if you hold shift and the white buttons, you get various, so there's a sort of negative effect there, upside down, bit of a zoom, white out, black out, saturation, different colours. It's quite nice, isn't it? But you can't record those, as far as I know, not at the moment. You can only sort of punch those in. You can also use the dials, and they do special colours and effects and things. Obviously, to get back to the default, make sure the LED is green. So various saturations and things there. So I might mess around with those as it's going. Anyway, I'm going to turn the mic off now so we don't have me wittering. I'm just going to run the sequence. This is a little thing I've written, and we'll have a look at the various camera rolls. So you get the idea, I'm sure. I mean, a few mess ups there in the punching. I'm still learning it myself, but you know, treat it for what it is, a bit of fun. You know, you're not going to recreate Star Wars here on your iPad, but you know, I think it's fun. And the instructions that I've got on the screen now on my MacBook are fairly clear, but like all things, I think sometimes if you're shown how something works, then it's a lot easier to understand. So hopefully I've made that reasonably clear. I hope I have for you. If you have any questions, do get in touch with me. Leave a comment below, and if you like this video, give it a like and do consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and you'll see me in my next video.